So this is 5:59 GMT in the morning of Tuesday, the 1st of September 2020. This is continuing the exclusive report on the campaign to stop Tower Hamlets Council closing down Brick Lane, the traffic through Brick Lane and in the side roads. And this is continuing the report on the agreement at the meeting held in Brick Lane on the Sunday, the 30th of August 2020. I chaired the meeting, and that was the first meeting that I attended since the lockdown. And it is very significant because I had not planned to stay there, but the circumstances of the urgency of the issue persuaded me to stay there. So the meeting lasted just over an hour, and the demand that we unanimously agreed to put to Tower Hamlets Council in East London, UK, is to stop the traffic closures through and in Brick Lane and on the side roads from Brick Lane, on either side of Brick Lane. Those who are geographically familiar with Brick Lane would know that the Brick Lane has got side roads and crossing through it several roads. And these are essential for traffic, for the business, and for the movement of the local people, tenants, residents, and visitors. Now, this is the petition. This is a formal petition that I had written literally minutes before the meeting started. And I had written this by using computer facilities. I paid for, of course, computer facilities at the business called Digicom, which is opposite the Altab Ali Park. So just to give a flavor of where these activities are taking place. Altab Ali Park is, of course, on the Whitechapel Road, and it's very near the Aldgate Eastern entrance and exit of the London Underground Transport System. And it is not far from New Road, which is where I have been based for a very long time. And before I moved there physically, my family members, or my father, in fact, was there since the very early 1960s. And so it's an area that I have been physically present in and defending against serial attacks by various agencies of the state. And the attacks are understood now as being intentionally mounted and motivated in order to unsettle the Bangladeshi community. And the definition of Bangladeshi community internationally in the UK is the opposite of what Bangladesh may suggest in terms of the linguistic composition. In the UK, the Bangladeshis are the Siloti speakers. So the Siloti speakers contain Bangladesh, if you like. And as Kenneth Leach, one of the locally active, quote, anti-racist clergyman said during a memorial meeting in memory of Tasadduq Ahmad, who had just died at the beginning of this century. It was Tasadduq Ahmad who, according to Kenneth Leach, conceived of the idea of Bangladesh while walking around in Brick Lane. And I have said previously, when I wanted to fact check that assertion and organized a meeting with Kenneth Leach, a fact-checking meeting with Kenneth Leach, early 2001, he bolted, and he actually balked. And he and a woman called Rhoda Braun messed up the attempt to ascertain the fact. And they diverted and they staged a diversionary conversation in order to fail to answer my question. And I was only seeking factual answer to a factual question put to the person who made the assertion about Tassaddaq Ahmad having conceived the idea of Bangladesh while he was walking around in Brick Lane. Now, Tassaddaq Ahmad didn't live in Brick Lane, but he had frequently come to visit Brick Lane, and he had one or two contacts that he regularly met. But Brick Lane is important because that is the front line of the Siloti-speaking Bangladeshis in the UK, and it has been for 100 years or so. The numbers have obviously changed. About 100 years ago, the numbers were smaller, but the people lived in Brick Lane or in the vicinity of Brick Lane, people who came from Bangladesh or what is now Bangladesh. It was at the time part of the British colonial subcontinent of India. And Bangladesh, before it became Bangladesh, was part of the idea of Pakistan, and it was part of Pakistan and East Pakistan effectively for 23 years from 1947, August 1947 to 16th of December, 14th of August 1947 to 16th of December 1971, since when it has become Bangladesh. Whatever the name, whatever the kind of political composition back in the subcontinent, it is the Siloti-speaking people who predominate and have predominated for 100 years and have been the hosts of others from other parts of what is now Bangladesh and have been playing host to literally hundreds of thousands of people either coming to settle in UK or passing through the UK. But the main connecting line is Brick Lane. Brick Lane is the face of the Bangladeshis. It may not be a very kind of luxurious looking street. It is called the Curry Lane, Curry Street. We shall come to that in later parts of this particular campaigning bulletin. But essentially, Brick Lane has been targeted and chosen because of the knowledge on the part of the attackers about the importance of Brick Lane and its position in the life of the Bangladeshi community. Of course, the Bangladeshi community is one of the several significantly numerically significant populations from various parts of the world. In Tower Hamlets, apart from the indigenous so-called white persons, there is a growing population of Polish background, which I think is either already exceeded the number of Siloti-speaking Bangladeshis in Tower Hamlets or is about to.